Trying to, I don't know if anyone's watching right now. Getting some things started, so I'll explain to you guys exactly what happened. And why it's taking me a minute to kind of get everything started. Okay, so I am streaming, trying to get the, there we go. So I'm gonna do studio mode. Actually, I don't have studio mode because I got screwed. So, sound. And actually, I'm gonna go and play some of the music as well. Still no UK. Okay, so how is everyone doing? So essentially what happened, there's been a lot that's been happening in the last 24 hours. So last night, and by the way, does my microphone sound good? That's what I meant to review before I close that window out. Okay. How is everyone doing? Yeah, that sounds good. I need to reset it. So essentially what happened last night, I was redoing I have a studio room and dedicated studio room for my computer and YouTube and everything like that. And so whenever I was rewiring everything, I did not even touch my computer. All I did physically to my computer was that I unhooked the plug that obviously powers the computer, and I put it into another power strip that I had just bought. And then so whenever I put it in, and I kind of like was doing a little more work, I was kind of like redoing some of the wires and stuff like that, and essentially I was just getting a black screen. And I built my computer, and I've always kind of like thought about these things, prepared on the side, and just kind of made sure that I was somewhat prepared just in case that a component or something failed. So what happened is that I seriously have no idea what caused this to happen. Essentially, the way I had to fix it is I had to completely reinstall Windows. The good side of that is that honestly, I've been kind of wanting to kind of clean out the drive that I have on my the drive that holds my OS for a while. I didn't want to go to the level of reinstalling Windows entirely, especially being unprepared and everything. So I had to do I tried to do a system restore. System restore didn't work. I tried to do a clean install where you kind of keep the files and then it just kind of reinstalls Windows itself. That didn't work. And my dumbass, I was able to get in on safe mode. And whenever I got in on safe mode, I did not back any files up that was on my desktop. So, unfortunately, I was not able to recover those files. The good thing is that basically everything related to Brazil, to anything YouTube, all of that was untouched. So, what was the issue? I have no idea. All I did to my computer was I unplugged it and I plugged it back in. And the Windows 11 just decides to flop out. It just dies. I seriously have zero idea. What my thinking is that I have a feeling that there's a possibility, and I swear that I turned my computer, completely shut it down. I did remember having it on sleep mode, and whenever I was coming in here to kind of like redo all the wires and everything like that. No one cares about Brazil anymore. They lost. The only possibility that I know something may have gone wrong or may have corrupted Windows or something like that is that I unplugged the power. I didn't switch the power supply off, which I usually do whenever I move the wiring around. That's the only thing that I did. Does it power off on its own and restart? No. The issue is that I was able to get into BIOS. I was able to, and my first thought was I thought that it was my graphics card because it wasn't loading into Windows. So my first thought was that I thought it was the graphics card because it initially was not booting into Windows. But I was able to kind of figure it out. I can't remember. So I was able to go into BIOS and I was able to find that there was something plugged into the PCI 16 slot. So my graphics card was okay. I can't remember exactly what I did, but I do remember that there was like a not a eureka moment, but it was a moment where I was like, okay, it's not the graphics card. And I think I remember that because I remember seeing something, I think it was in the BIOS or whenever I was loading in, where I was like, okay, the way the screen looked, I was like, okay, it's not the graphics card. So I knew it was an OS issue. So I was trying to figure it out. I was too focused on fixing it. So what I could have done is that I could have booted into safe mode, and then I could have retrieved my files, put them on a flash drive, which I have plenty of. But I was too focused on getting an ISO of Windows 11, and then all I did was just do a clean install of Windows. Idiot Lord, thank you so much for becoming a member of this channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the membership clan of PoliticsGaming. So big shout out to Idiot Lord. I called. He literally like pays me to become a member of this channel, and I just called him an Idiot Lord. You tried turning it on and off again? Yes. So beside the PC issues, I go to bed, and I wake up at about 8 o'clock this morning, okay? And whenever I wake up, I hear it is pouring rain outside. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, storm. So it kind of wakes me up, and I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that the storm isn't gonna get bad, because I haven't heard a storm hit this bad in a while. Corbin, you were literally here in town yesterday, and you missed this by a day. So essentially, my brother calls my dad. No. So my I'm sitting there on my computer, kind of like trying to see what, look at the weather, everything like that, and also kind of get things going with reinstalling all of the programs that I lost last night whenever I did a clean install of Windows. And whenever I was doing that, the tornado sirens started to go off. And I was like, okay, so I run up to my dad was in the restroom. And whenever I run up there, and I'm just like banging on the door, and then he doesn't answer. And come to find out, he comes over to my to my room, and then he says that my brother had just gotten hit by a tornado. And you can see videos of this tornado hitting Grapevine, Texas, and it crossed State Highway 114, and my brother was directly in the path. He was in his car when the tornado hit him. And I'm saying, like, it either skimmed him, but he got hit directly while he was in his car by an EF1 tornado. The reason I say it is an EF1 is because whenever I was younger, I was very autistic about tornadoes. So I have all of this knowledge on tornadoes, Fujita scale, everything like that. And the damage that I've been looking at, and I'm actually probably going to go out later and not survey the damage, just kind of, survey the damage is the best word. And so, yeah, my brother got hit by the tornado, and then me and my dad had to shelter in place for like 3 or 4 times, because we would go into the closet. And then we would come out because this tornado sirens would stop, and then they would go off again. And we did this like 4 times, where we would just kind of go out, we would kind of come back, do whatever work we're doing, and then the tornado sirens just start to go off again, and so it was just it was a fun like maybe 30 minutes where we were, you know, checking up on my brother, trying to make sure he was okay, that he just got hit by a tornado, and yeah, so no basements down there, yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty wild day in the last 24 hours, at least for me. You know, I have to wipe my entire computer off from all of the because Windows decided to just die on me, and then my brother gets hit by a tornado. So very, very wild in the last 24 hours. Anyway, since I have been talking long enough about my personal life, I know everyone's just like, dude, shut up. We don't care about tornadoes. Just play the game. And I'm just okay. Anyways, we are going to be playing as the Republic of India. I had a couple of requests. I actually saw something from a subscriber of mine in a Discord, and he was saying no big GPS YouTuber plays as India, and I'm just like, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. So I don't know if this is going to become a series. It depends on how successful this live stream is and how well it does. But getting this, we're gonna look. And participant. Oh. Okay. And so, gonna go ahead and hit yes. We're gonna play as my boy. I don't think there are any big GPS players, no offense. Wow, I'm not big. I'm talking about like people who play it. I am one of the biggest. At least like in the English community, I am the most well-known and the most active, I guess. In Germany, there's Maltimo. In France, there's Francie, and then America, there's me. So I'm at least the largest English YouTuber that plays this consistently. Well, actually, no, there's conglomerates, but you know, his channel isn't really as focused on it as I am. Hey, PoliticsGaming, how are you doing? Hey, what's up, Luke? Idit Lord, again, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Disturbing budget deficit, so immediately we need to start fighting this deficit.
The current level of our budget deficit is not at all reassuring.
Really? Okay, so what can I make? I mean, yeah, I can make a carbon tax. Alright. Legislation. And let me go. God, my growth is 9% and we're still having a hard time. So actually, yeah, we can go ahead and start to aggressively increase this. And then what we can do is that we can increase the IPT. And then whenever we get the IPT up, we can start selling contracts, and then we can continuously increase it, and then also start to increase the financial transaction tax. This is always difficult for me. Gray still plays is how I discovered this game, I guess. You made it playable to me. How did I make it playable?
Purchasing power.
Which apparently, so I made a video yesterday about, what was it? I made a video yesterday about like my top 10, and then everyone, like there was like 2 people in there that literally were just like, oh yeah, now this becomes a paid advertisement for WWE, like, and then the other one, and then like both of them were just like, oh, like shut up, no one cares about you begging for subscribers. And I'm just like, do you watch like literally any other YouTuber? Like, I understand it, and I get it, because I'm an avid YouTube watcher. I've been watching YouTube for a very long time, and I get annoyed whenever people overly say it, or they say it like, you know, like as if they're on crack or something like that, like where they're just like, go ahead and smash that like button. I'm just like, yeah, come on, calm down, dude. In that video, I said it like maybe 1 or 2 times. I did not say it more than twice. I said it once at the beginning and once at the end. And I more talked about saying, like, you know, I more talked about it about like what do you call it? You know, I just start talking and then I lose my train of thought. But I basically just had this conversation saying, hey, I'm like 20 subscribers from hitting 7,000. Let's go ahead and hit 7,000, and let's hit 10,000 doing a $100 giveaway. And then I maybe sat on that for 30 seconds to a minute at most, and a couple of people were just like, oh, shut up, no one cares. And I'm just like, okay, don't watch me. Like, you don't need to make it known. I get that you don't like it whenever people do that, but just don't watch them. Hey, what's up, Muse the Reaper? It's been a while.
Everything.
The bill has.
Yeah, we really need to start lowering this deficits. $121. OBS actually now has a chat feature, so I connected my YouTube directly to OBS, and so now we don't even have to worry about encoders. All you have to do is just type in a couple of things, hit stream, and we're good. Just bought a computer. Can't invade Nepal. Yes. I'm gonna bring Nepal back. Gray wrecked the game with craziness when I bought it 3 years ago. Then I was slapped by it and I regretted buying it. Thankfully I saw a video by somebody in the dark comments corners of YouTube explaining crap. What, am I in the dark corners of YouTube? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm in the dark corners. God, look at that, 77%. Seize Mount Everest. When we have to invade China. Speaking of India and China, there actually was a clash yesterday between Indian and Chinese troops, and there's a video of it. So they actually both have an agreement with each other in which that weapons are banned along the Indian and Chinese borders. It's kind of like a demilitarized zone. So they literally just have batons and riot shields, and they literally just go up to each other and just charge at each other and beat the living crap out of each other. 3 years ago, you weren't at 1,000 yet. You've come a long way. Yeah, I have definitely come a long way. I honestly would do this, you know, in passing whenever I was younger. I never expected to be at the amount of subscribers that I'm at now. Like, I truly did not expect it. Let me see where I was 3 years ago. So 2020, very beginning of 2020, I was about 2,600. About 2,600. Very beginning of 2019, I was about 1,600. So it took me about a year to gain another 1,000 subscribers. And then from 2020, January 1st, 2020, I had 2,627 subscribers on January 1st, 2020. And now I'm at 7,000. So it's pretty insane how phenomenally I've grown in the past couple of years. I guess the pandemic may have been a saving grace because everyone was just on the computer and on their phones and stuff like that, and they were just like, yep, I'm gonna watch some weird political guy on YouTube. Probably gonna piss off a couple of people by saying this, but guys, I want you guys go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If you have not, I am about 21 subscribers away from hitting 7,000. So I'd love to hit 7,000. I'm doing a $100 giveaway at 10,000. So do not miss it. Desperately need a politics game to play, which is completely made. Or competently made. WWE. I'll be previewing that next month. Wow, 10% unemployment. And before superpower all over again. I know, right? I also think you had democracy too far down that top 10 list. Are you saying it should have been like, shouldn't have even been on the list? It's like worse than 10? Yeah, PG, my man playing WWE 2K22, you know. I know you playing as Mr. Cena. My man playing WWE 2K22, let's go. I just got a PS5. I'm gonna buy 2K22 WWE now. Guys, look, I just got WWE. Let's go. Oh yeah, let's do a tax on plastics. Boo. We don't have a tobacco tax, really? PG, I have a new job. I am a head coach in high school. That's awesome. There's arguably too many variables and factors involved to make a politics game, which works really well. Yeah, and that's why I like GPS so much, is because it pretty closely gets all of that right. It's just buggy and it kind of looks like crap on a map. The map can be done better.
I would like...
How's those rare earth oxides? Farming, budgets. Really? Okay, we're going to increase those. And we're going to seek a free trade agreement with the United States. Or Russia. Actually, we could do Japan. They're pretty similarly sized, economic-wise. We really need to hit this deficit down. PG is older than the trees, but younger than the mountains. Life is older, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place that I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads.
The bill has been voted...
I hear the voice in the morning, now she calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Voice of an angel. Yeah, so right.
The household.
Some of y'all are just like unsubscribing right now. Fallout 76 shill, a voice as soothing as nails on a chalkboard. Our unemployment rate jumped 10 or 3%. There's a quarterback, right? There's a quarterback, there's a halfback, there's a fullback. There's wide receiver, there's my home team is the Cowboys. My favorite team is the Chiefs. How about them Chiefs, lads? Don't forget the touchdown position. This is all coming from an up-and-coming... This is all Corbin Palicorn, the candidate for city council. Some of them sound similar to real football, actually. Don't you mean soccer? That's what it is, right?
The bill has been...
How many soccer fans are out there in the chat right now? Well, the Parent Revolution, not because it's so accurate and because it doesn't railroad you into being a moral hippie. I mean, bro, you can make homosexuality a felony because you might just suddenly decide that. Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted to talk about with Suzerain. So Suzerain kind of like, it morally railroads you. It's like, you can go out of the path and try to be bad, like a dictator, but it kind of like is like morally punishing you for that. It makes you try to feel bad for it. What I like about this is that, yeah, like you can literally do whatever you want. It's just that you have to deal with the civil strife of it. Like you can't, like you can literally go from a US democracy to a freaking dictator in 5 minutes if you wanted to. Given you have to actually plan it out and do it correctly and smartly. INE survey just shown that deprived of the work of strike, employees need no means of exerting pressure on management. Business profits are experiencing a slight decrease. PG would be a good dictator, yes. Dictator PG. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's about time for India to become strictly centrist on the conflict that's about to happen. Ukraine, look out! Look out, Ukraine! PG is too nice to be a dictator, yes. Yes, I am way too nice to be a dictator. Go. 23, 22, 21. Just under. Look how much we're spending on debt reimbursement. Jesus Christ. I could be assistant to the dictator. 90 hostages by the Indian Communist Forces. Jesus. What was it? Hostages taken in supermarket in Ahmedabad. Unit just attacked a supermarket in Ahmedabad. Around 90 people have been held hostage. According to early information, the terrorists have barricaded themselves in the frozen product section and have placed explosives in the surrounding aisles. We are unaware of their demands for the moment, but but they do not seem to be here just to steal the contents of the cash register. PG is a future Texan bureaucrat. Yes, sir, I am. Let's go. Corbin, whenever you lose your city council election again, come down here and let's run a campaign to get me into the House of Representatives. Closing ceremony and the war in Ukraine just began. War never changes. You know what I also noticed is that, what do you call it? General mobilization actually works. And apparently India and China, you can draw up like 18 million people to serve in your military.
The hostage takers
Excited people back to reason. A brutal reaction might risk provoking a slaughter. Let's privilege the dialogue for the moment, as least we will win some time. Manage the game sometime, and then Prime Minister, the kidnappers have decided to delay the execution date of the hostages by 1 week. Give the order to attack. I actually got an email from Eversim this morning saying that they saw my list and are transmitting it over to the development team. I can imagine PG getting like 4 votes in the House of Representatives election.
In a statement sent to
The assault was a major.
I was about ready to come, apparently, what is it, pro. Apparently, Corbin Palikarn was in town yesterday, and I was about ready to go after his truck and just honk at him and something. Be like, yo, what's up? And he's gonna wonder why some idiot's just following him in a car. Robert, how are you? If you guys actually heard, let me actually look this up. So they actually made a major discovery on on nuclear fusion. Let me look. Experiment produced more energy than it consumed, replicating the energy that powers the sun. Scientists for the first time have produced more energy in a fusion reaction than was used to kickstart it in a major scientific breakthrough, the Department of Energy announced yesterday. Researchers at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California on December 5th performed the first controlled fusion experiment to reach the milestone known as scientific energy break-even. Pursuit of fusion ignition in the laboratory is one of the most significant scientific challenges ever tackled by humanity, and achieving it is a triumph of science, engineering, and most of all, people. The experiment produced 3.5 megajoules of fusion output, exceeding the 2.05 megajoules used to drive it. So they produced an extra 1.1. They produced an extra 1.1 megajoules on the reaction. The DOE said the achievement will promote further discoveries in clean power and nuclear weapons stewardship. Don't tell me they're making a fusion bomb. No, please not. Please not. The Biden-Harris administration is committed to supporting our world-class scientists like the team at the National Ignition Facility, whose work will help us solve humanity's most complex and pressing problems, like providing clean power to combat climate change and maintaining a nuclear deterrent without nuclear testing. And it tells you like the difference between fusion and fission. Nuclear fusion technology generates energy through smashing two or more atoms together. It is the same reaction that powers the sun and the stars. It is different from the nuclear fission, which is used in nuclear power plants today and divides atoms or splits them to release heat and radiation. But in this case with fusion, it smashes them together. Bradley, how are you? I was trying to find you earlier. The technology is still a long way from being cheaply reproduced at a large scale, as it needs to be self-sustaining on a continuous basis as opposed to brief spurts. They said there are significant hurdles to overcome before nuclear fusion technology can be commercialized. I think it's moving into the foreground, probably with concerted effort and investment. A few decades of research on the underlying technologies could put us in a position to build a power plant. So, from the sounds of that, we probably won't have commercialized nuclear fusion until probably the 2050s. So, most of us are going to be almost done with our lives by then. Probably about halfway through, depending on how long we live. Does it happen to mention how expensive this is to use? Are you talking about to build it and commercialize it? Because that's the thing about nuclear fusion. We discover nuclear fusion and we... LOL called it. It's going to be decades before it's viable. Yeah. So we're going to still having to figure out what we're going to do with climate change before then. And that's the thing about nuclear fusion. We commercialize it and discover it. We will never, ever have a issue with electricity again. Nuclear power is the pinnacle of energy production, and if you want to fight climate change and you are not pro-nuclear power, you are stupid. Okay, you're not stupid, but you're very uneducated about it. And if you're really gonna say, oh, well, there's gonna be Chernobyls and Fukushimas, no. There's a reason that those names only pop up once. Tell me more than 3 nuclear disasters that have happened that have actually caused the loss of life. And even then, Chernobyl, Fukushima, and 3 Mile Island, all killed with radiation and cancer and everything like that after those disasters, killed about maybe less than 100,000 people total. There's no lasting effects on it or anything like that. There are lasting effects on it probably, but so 100, maybe 200,000 people got affected by it. With coal, oil, whatever, they kill millions of people every year with atmospheric pollution. Atmospheric pollution takes the lives of millions every year. Nuclear power creates 0 emissions. So if we are wanting to seriously take on the climate threat and we want to stop this from happening, we need to have an immediate and serious investment into nuclear power and build as many reactors as we possibly can. Because China is literally building the living crap out of nuclear reactors right now. And we are just sitting dead in the water. The West is sitting dead in the water, just kind of looking at each other like, what are we going to do? And even some climate activists, even Greta Thunberg, I think that's how you say it. Greta Thunberg even is saying, like, nuclear power is the way. Nuclear power is an eyesore. You're an eyesore. You know what else is an eyesore? That loss. Losing your elections, my boy. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Don't hit me. One v one. What if the election is the friends we made along the way? I love you so much, Corbin. This isn't the real election. It's actually me becoming friends with my constituents. That's the election. Coal has been used for thousands of years and will be used for thousands of years more. It will always be the cheapest, seeing as carbon is the most common element. Don't take this, I disagree with you. Don't take this as that I disagree with you, however. Yeah, because it's obviously, that's why it's used so much, especially today. It's cheap. That's the only reason why. Like, it's cheap, it's efficient, but it's still, I mean, we have the technology now where we don't have to pollute the atmosphere to get the electricity that we need. We can use the power of literal gods to create electricity for us through fission and fusion reactions. Like, you tell someone that we can, like, produce, like, electricity on a large scale through the same energy that the sun makes. You tell that to someone, like, 400 years ago, they are gonna, like, stab you because they think you're a witch.
Perspective now. The bill has been.
Uh-oh. PNR thinks coal is more expensive and wind generates more power than a lot of other things. Don't know if they have changed this in recent. Let me look. Fossil, number of the build. So if I build... $20 terawatts, $9 billion, $40 billion off of 100. Hydro. 30 terawatts, about 10 more. And it's cheaper. Huh. Hey, Crab Rangoon, you better be writing notes in our energy tutorial. Better be better hear typing. All I'm saying is a nuclear reaction will overcook a steak, while some slow-burning coal will be just right. Oh, boo. I like to keep fossil because it's one that can't be bombed by military attack, excluding cyber attacks, but that's temporary. I probably like to keep coal. I don't use it on the same scale. I do dismantle. I maybe keep maybe a couple. I'm on it today. Let's go. Manager assaulted. Unions. Determine legality to strike. And yeah, we just dipped our growth because I've been increasing that thing too fast. Oh, that's what I need to do. That's was the plan that I had originally, and I totally forgot about it until now. I needed to meet with the United States or Japan and just kind of negotiate some contracts with them. Ironically, I'm going to sell them coal. Get that growth, and then we're gonna use. Whenever we get like 10% growth, we're gonna increase our industrial pollution tax again.
I'd be happy.
Most amusing coming from you. Automobiles. Really? $31. Add clause. Sale. Cement. Add clause. I'm gonna get this at least over $150 billion probably. Yeah, we're gonna go for a $280 billion contract. This is gonna be like worth over $300 billion. Let's go ahead and call this. Less offer was attractive than the previous one. Let me see. So, coal. 1228. 824. Fuel. What was I? It was automobiles. Proposed 35. So that's, we're looking at a near $500 billion contract here. So 13, 15, 29, 2, and 808. So that's 220, 74, 220, 74, that's about 290, plus 34, so that's about 320. Can I get a favor real quick? Does India have a gold industry?
Well done. You have just signed your first contract. A note from my department will allow a rapid expert appraisal on this contract.
$116 million in sales. Well, they start off with 84 million and 31 million in sales. Waiting to see what the growth does to my... There it is.
Here is our growth forecast.
Unemployment is at 6% now. Is it a balancing thing that some nations can't mine gold? So basically, if you look, so gold isn't like a resource that you can just make. It's a resource that you have to mine. It's called a non-renewable resource. So essentially the way it works in a game is that if that country doesn't have a significant or any trade, like production of this, then you cannot make it, because it's not like that thing can just magically appear out of the air. So they have it limited to things like, if I can find nickel. So nickel, I don't have any production of nickel. I just have to import it because I do not have my own nickel that I can make. So it's not necessarily a balancing issue. It's more of like they don't have a production in this resource, so they just don't give them it, and then therefore you cannot subsidize it. Let me actually check. Yeah, so they don't necessarily have a very significant nickel industry. Yeah. So back in 2021, so it's a company in India called Nicomet, and they are the only nickel producer in India. The only producer of nickel in India. So that's why, like, if you don't have coal, for example, you can't produce coal, nickel, rare earth oxides, anything that you like zinc, like raw materials that you have to mine out of the earth to create. Bauxite is another one. Because as the United States, I don't have any bauxite, so I tend to import it from like Indonesia or Brazil mainly. Ow. I think I'm gonna be alive for another 30 minutes or so. Seems like those northern mountains would be loaded with ores, but I'm not an expert on the mining industry, so I can only guess. I'll also realize that the mountains are created because the Indian subcontinent smashes into the Asian plate, so probably doesn't necessarily mean... I mean, yeah, you could probably say, like, well, there's probably a lot of mines, but I'm pretty sure all of the mines... they're not, like, they would be, like, zinc mines or silver mines, gold mines, something like that. They wouldn't necessarily be, do we produce diamonds, actually? Yeah, like, diamond mines. Surprised we don't have a bigger diamond industry. Jewelry... We have a $36 billion jewelry industry. I need to get my wealth tax to like 5%. 10% probably. We have so many billionaires in India. Apparently the energy industry in India is actually completely government run. What's my GDP? Yeah, I guess I overestimate how big the Indian economy is. For some reason, I thought it was like a $7 trillion economy. They have the potential of becoming like a China economy. Like, India has extreme potential to become an extremely advanced country. And it would just go to show that you don't have to be a dictatorship to hold on to 1 billion people. You know what I should do? I should go into I should just go ban services. Uh-oh. Telecom operators. Services. Let's give them some state money. Scam people. We have like a secret like pile of cash that we just hold on to, and like we embezzle it and everything like that because because of like the illegal quote unquote illegal services industry where they just go out and just scam people. Hi, we have your car's extended warranty. Can you give us your social security number so we can confirm who you are? I love messing with them like that because then they say, hi, am I speaking to this? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, can I confirm some information real quick? And he's like, what's your birthday? What's your address? And I'm just like, wait, you have my information and you tell me that you want my information, that you want to confirm my information, but then you're asking me for my information? Really? Like, that, I don't think that makes any sense, sir. Then I hang up. Crab Rangoon, I better not see you in this chat. I better be seeing some work on that energy tutorial. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, sir. God, 143,000 miles in secondaries. I'm locked in, bruh. My growth is 10%. We can increase the IPT. Let's go for 2%. God, we really don't make that much off of the company tax. There has to be a reason we're not making that much money off of all of this. Bad news, you're gonna have to buy the tutorial from Crab. I'm excited to make this energy tutorial. This energy tutorial, and then immediately right after we're going after an elections tutorial. My inflation is all over the place right now. Our network has been partially disbanded. And also, you're gay. Jamaicans United for Change. PG, ML8? Yes. Nah, I got another like 20, 30 minutes on here.
Our network.
Doing good time today on YouTube. Usually I want to get a stream around this time. Did you ask for this and I'm late? Nah, you're about an hour late.
Perspective analysis coupled with the Brown model.
Can you do a series on this and not just a live
has allowed
stream?
us to identify a potential ally.
I'm doing this without COVID. I have not taken a stance yet on the conflict in Ukraine. I'm kind of going the true Indian route, and just kind of sitting on the sidelines. I have not put financial sanctions yet on Russia. Because don't we still need Russia to, like, buy weapons from? Cheaper weapons from? Resignation, yeah. Yeah, I knew there was going to be a resignation. Oh, that's actually what I need to do. So I need to fight corruption. So I'm going to come over to police. Crime is just on its way up. We're going to go to police and we're going to do internal affairs. We're going to fully fund internal affairs. And then local district police will give some funding. And then public safety. What happens if another country enters in the Ukraine war? It usually, if it's one Western NATO country, then it's kind of like a domino effect, because then it becomes a domino effect, because I guess everyone else, NATO, then becomes involved. Hey, thank you so much for the $2. CHF, what is that? No, don't fight corruption, use it. I don't know if you can actually use corruption in this game. Not that I know of. Well, yeah, you can, because basically you can bribe people a lot easier. You can bribe people a lot easier, and it kind of makes it easier for you to pass some legislation, because then you can just say, okay, I'm going to bribe you. So having more corruption, yeah, you can use that to your advantage. However, to make India better, I would like to reduce corruption. Would you make a series on this? Yeah. I think I could go after an India series after Brazil. The thing that sucks is that Brazil, every time that I want to make an episode, I want to make a batch of episodes, I keep saying like, oh, I'm back. And I feel bad because like then something comes up. It's like it's so stupid. And then now like I had to delete everything, and I need to check to see if the Brazil save is still there. But don't forget to like, and oh wait, never mind. Yes. I am not asking anymore. I am demanding that you subscribe to me. This is no longer a choice for you. I was talking about it earlier though, like what I said like and subscribe like 2 times in that video, and then everyone kind of gets mad about it. Not everyone, like there's like 2 people. But like and I said this earlier, like I get that people get annoyed by that, because some YouTubers are really freaking annoying about it. That's why I only watch like a specific amount of YouTube, like in specific communities. So I get that. As a content creator, I have to tell you guys, you never know. You never know if someone's new. And I know you guys are probably subscribed, and you're just like, dude, shut the up. I'm already subscribed to you. You don't have to tell me every video. I unfortunately have to tell you every video. If you don't like that, it sucks. I'm not going to be as pretentious about it as I was in the Superpowered live stream, which became a meme. And I'm not even mad about that. That was funny. Like and subscribe or I'll cut you. Yes, Rob. If you're not subscribed to me, I'm going to come to your house. Let me see if I've even gained any subscribers. We're at 6,980. So, very, 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 very close to 7,000. So, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I just stopped a bit ago, heard the numbers, but didn't want the hassle. Do you have a YouTube? How many subscribers do you have? Oh, you have 10. Is that you with the singing? My man right here just playing Tennessee whiskey.
Pretty young lady holding a camera right here in the front row. I love you, Tamara.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm me, one of my subscribers in here, and I'm just roasting him because he makes singing. No, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll give you a subscribe. Uh-oh, Average Gamer's in here. He's gonna come and make fun of me for saying like and subscribe. Come on, I thought we were over this. I thought we were over this. I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Jack Daniels. Can you go on the map and see what country has the highest crime rate right now? I'm gonna laugh if it's India. India security crime rate. Huh. Yeah, actually I have a pretty moderate one. Average Gamer. Shh. Aw, Jamaica. Oh, Jamaica. What's going on? What's going on, Jamaica? Yeah, that's good. I need to do a Jamaica playthrough and just fight crime. Do internet censorship, declare a state of emergency. That's actually the way to do it. Just declare a state of emergency and it like dips crime all the way down.
Our network.
This theory.
Declare it, but people get tired of it eventually. I was able to use state of emergency for like 2 months in game, and nothing happened. I was expecting it. People usually get tired of it. I know they did in Masters of the World, but Power and Revolution, I guess they just don't care. Nothing says PNR than a white guy with a turban. Uh-oh.
Terrorists.
Yeah, and only in Power and Revolution can I increase my wealth tax three whole percentage points, get $50 billion off of it, and then not get thrown out of office. You should overthrow Iran if you play as the opposition. When you oversaw the government, there should replace the current flag with the other. I already did that, I think, except I replaced the government with manager Sultan. I replaced the government with the monarchy. Like, I basically brought back the monarchy. Which, the way I did that was pretty unrealistic, because like the Supreme Council, like there's like these religious officials in Iran that basically oversee every candidate that runs for election, and they have the power to just say like, no, you cannot run. It's not about like who someone can throw their hat into the ring. So there was former president of Iran, he was in there 2006 to 2012, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. You guys probably remember him. He was the bat crazy guy back in the late 2000s. You probably remember this guy if you saw his face. And he tried to run again in 2020, I think. And the religious council were just like, no, you cannot. Technically, it's a supreme leader that decides. Yeah, it's like these like agents of the supreme leader. I know it's like some sort of council. It's like a religious election council or something like that. And they basically like vet through candidates, make sure that they're going to be loyal to the Islamic Republic. And then they let you run if they like you enough. Okay. Deficit is down to a very manageable level. We don't have a fully trained astronaut. Our training methods separative and inadequate to train and maintain an elite core. We're among those selected to be astronauts in training, a very bad mark for our space research. The Guardian Council. But the Supreme Leader gives the go-ahead for the president. Okay. But I think it was the Guardian Council. 20% chance of failure. 3 budget rules.
Our fiscal
$40 billion of debt. Overall, Mahmoud was not crazy. He's actually advocating for change. Also, he hates Israel but wants freedom for Iranians. Yeah, but he's still literally, like, would be like death to America, death to Israel. And he's the one that literally spearheaded the nuclear program. A lot of people don't... I don't think a lot of people support the nuclear program. But... I don't think a lot of people support the nuclear program, but at the same time, like there were, like, Mahmoud was pretty out there with his support for the nuclear program. And it all started under his tenure. Like, that's where a lot of that was coming from. I wonder if he plays Canada, how often the trucker unions protest. That'd be funny.
Our services.
Yo, invasion of the reptilians. Apparently India thinks that the Russians are doing global warming and the Indian reptilians are here. Mahmoud is actually pretty moderate considering Iran, and he cares for Iran cares more for Iran internally.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of
7%. Okay. Oh, there it goes back to 5% apparently. It's probably the growth rate. Maybe. It's like 3% a minute ago.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
What protests? Tiananmen Square moment? What are you talking about? There was no protest on June 4th, 1989 at approximately 10 o'clock China time. What are you talking about? There were no 10,000 students in the streets and got shot by the army. What are you talking about? There were no 10,000 students that died. None of that happened. Like, you cannot forget the presidents had to push the agenda of the supreme leader or they cannot be reelected. Yeah.
This theory is...
I don't know. My point is that in any case, they're still very hostile. So it's more on the supreme leader, and I'm glad that there is at least maybe some change coming. Let me see. Iran protests. Let me see if there's any updates. 550 people have died. 1,100 people have been injured, and approximately 90,000 people have protested. 90,000, that's pretty low from what people make it sound like it is. 18,000 have been arrested. Very heavy protests in the Sistan and Baluchistan region, especially in Kurdistan, Tehran, Mazandaran, Gilan, Yazd, South Khorasan, North Khorasan, Qom, and Bakhtiari have not seen any protests. I actually think I have a subscriber from Yazd. PG, what do you think about Kanye West and his comments that are anti-Semitic? I think he's stupid. There's someone else that I know that I used to have on this channel a couple of times. And he's been going full Kanye as well. Like, he's just been saying, like I was on a Twitter thing not too long ago with him. What is that, Twitter Space? And on the Twitter Space, he's just sitting there saying like you know, God, I can't say it out loud because I don't want someone to just now be tuning in, and I don't want YouTube to come back and say like, hey, you're gonna get this video taken down. He basically was saying along the lines of, they run the banks, they run this, they run that, and blah 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 blah. And I'm asking him, this is another person. I'm not talking about Kanye. This is another person, and he kept saying like, you know, they run this, they run that, and I'm like, okay, what's the solution here? What's the problem? Well, I don't hear you're acting like there is a problem here. Blah 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 blah. And he basically said along the lines of basically like we need to prevent them from holding these positions of power. And I'm like, okay, so you want to discriminate against a very specific group of people because of their ethnicity and religious faith. You want us to prosecute because of religious reasons. That is, you are going against the very values that this country was founded on. And he's like, well, we need to think about America first. We need to think about this, not Israel first, America first. And I'm just like, okay, they're Americans. They are Americans. They lobby. They push for the interests that they have in mind. If you get elected into Congress, or if you have a lobbying position, you are going to be pushing for the things that you like. America Firsters, for example. Trumpists. And I say this as someone, by the way, who voted for Trump twice. I voted for him in 2016, and I voted for him in 2020. And it really pisses me off that he basically came out and said that we need to get rid of the Constitution because of the Twitter files. And what I think Twitter did was disgusting. Getting rid of the Constitution, that's not how we do it. It's not how it works. So, Trump wants to win this election in 2024. He's going to have to walk back a lot of that. It's funny as fuck. You can't take it seriously. Yeah, I know. I couldn't take it seriously. I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? You are embarrassing yourself right now. He just basically is just going full. So, but yeah, like I think what Kanye is saying is stupid. I don't think Kanye believes it. I think that Nick Fuentes, for whatever reason, got into Kanye's head, started talking to Kanye. The fact that he's only been hanging around Nick Fuentes, that's the whole reason. Nick Fuentes is a fucking idiot. I hate Nick Fuentes with a burning passion because of just like he acts like he is America First. He has all of these like things, like his show I think is called America First and everything like that. He says he's America First. If he literally says he's America First and then immediately comes out and says that I'm pro-Russia, I'm pro-this, I'm pro-that, you are not America First. Because if Russia or China has the upper hand whenever it comes to the geopolitical hegemony, it's going to be a lot worse for America. America is going to be dead last when it comes to Russia or China being on top. And as the whole reason we are involved in Ukraine, not only because Russia is invading a sovereign nation and killing its civilians just because, it's also because this is essentially us still trying to make sure that the West comes out on top and our values come out on top. Because if China or Russia, autocratic dictatorships, come out on top at any point when China invades Taiwan or if Russia successfully takes Ukraine, America's going to come dead last, because then it's going to be a tit for tat, and eventually after that, yeah, we would be possibly looking at World War III. Pretend Democracy USA. Yeah. At the same time, I don't know. Just being like, call for a constitutional convention. They'll just say, like, get rid of the Constitution. Like, that's not, again, that's not how it works. But let's do a couple more minutes of this instead of me talking about Kanye West. Still watching some videos of the tornado that hit DFW earlier today. Hit my brother. My brother was directly hit by this tornado. It's insane. He was in his car when it happened. Earth overshoot day. Shut up. No one cares. You know, it's funny how the Greta, like, ages in this game, except she eternally looks like she's 16. Like, even whenever she's, like, 27.
The hostage takers transmitted a press release. If their demands are not met, they will.
59. But she's 17 now. She's like 19? Let me look. Yeah, she's 19. How dare you? How dare you? Terrorism is just rampant. Oh crap, we're about to get hit by a hurricane. Or, excuse me, typhoon.
The preparations are complete.
Prospective analysis coupled.
Kind of strategically placing these away from Pakistan just in case anything ever goes off, that there are no nuclear power plants in the way of any sort of frontline battle against Pakistan. What I really wish that Everson, I need to send them this again. Jammu and Kashmir, they totally dropped the ball on this. They need to split this up. They need to split it up along the lines of actual control instead of just giving India the entire freaking area. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of Pakistani people are like pissed about this. Yeah, like they literally, I don't know why they decided to just kind of like put Jammu and Kashmir into the same area, like in the same region, instead of splitting it up. They've been able to like crack some countries into multiple different regions. They need to do this in the next update. They need to put the lines of actual control in Jammu and Kashmir. And I need to literally email them whenever I'm done with the stream. Because again, I don't understand. And that's the one thing that's always annoyed me about playing as India or Pakistan, is that there's a huge chunk of land like right here that Pakistan actually controls, and it is not represented in game. It is a disputed territory, yes, between China, India, and Pakistan, but there are lines of actual control in which they do actually have political and economic control over these areas. Military, the whole region is actually demilitarized, except for their, okay, not the whole region, the lines of actual control. You cannot have any military units up there. It's disputed terror, but I think it is more recognized internationally as a part of India, so maybe that's probably why, but at the same time, you have to be practical. Like in Superpower 3, they actually carried over from Superpower 2 into Superpower 3 the lines of actual control in Kashmir. So it would be good for them to at least give Pakistan the area that they do control, instead of just giving India the entire region and not making it disputed. That would be really good if they can actually have border disputes with other countries in game in the 2023 edition. So if they actually have a feature in which, you know, you can say, okay, this region right here, if I'm playing as India and I want to come over here and say that the Sindh region or the Balochistan region are now a part of India, then that can worsen relations and even actually give me a reason to go to war, instead of, you know, just sending troops in and getting protests and maybe even thrown out of office because I just embarked on a war that no one wanted. Hong Kong actually has a flag. The other thing they really need to do, they need to go in and they need to update every single national flag for every country. It's ridiculous how they're just so low quality flags. They did it for one country, and I can't remember. It's Peru. Peru literally has like the highest quality national flag in the game. There's like maybe a handful of other countries. Indonesia has a high quality flag. India, no. Pakistan. The Taliban has a high quality flag. Have you reviewed my save file yet? Not yet. I have yet to make fun of you for your kerfuffle. I've been more busy because I had the, for those who are not watching in the beginning, I had to restart my, or uninstall my entire OS drive. I had to reinstall Windows and I lost everything on that drive. So I'm still pretty pissed about it. But kind of solves a couple of issues. I've been wanting to kind of clear that disk for a while. Did I want it to happen the way it did? Not really, but it happens. Oh my god, prison occupancy rate. Let's build like a batch of prisons.
Fellow countrymen's project.
You can choose to keep your personal files when doing an OS reinstall. I did. I know that. Trust me, because I built my computer myself, I have to learn all of these things. Whenever I did it, I tried to do a system restore as my first action. That was the first thing that I did, was try to do a system restore. Just in case, I went onto another computer and I loaded a fresh install, the ISO file, onto a flash drive, and kind of like had that as a backup. So whenever I was going in and trying to do a system restore, the system restore didn't work. The issue that I was having was that I was the issue that I was having was that I was having a black screen. So I would get through the BIOS screen where you have to smash the delete button to try to get into your BIOS. So it would go through that, it would load, and then what it would do is that, like, when you're supposed to see your login screen, my monitors would just act like they weren't detecting anything. So OS just was refusing to load. Windows was just refusing to load. So I did a system restore, didn't work. I did a reinstall of Windows, keeping the files, and it went through, kept my files, and didn't work. And then so I actually was able to get into safe mode, and this is where I kind of screwed up, because I could have saved the files that I had if I literally went into safe mode, got the files, put them on a flash drive, and then I could have had them. Gotta go have a good damn day. You too as well. You too as well. Thank you so much for becoming a member, a plebeian member of this channel. So I'm very happy. Go ahead and join the Discord, dude, if you have not. But thank you so much for supporting this channel, and make sure that you are remembered whenever it comes to 10,000 subscribers. Very, 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 very certain that we're going to be hitting that in 2023. If we can gain 2,000 subscribers in a year and a half, like, imagine how many we can make in the next 2 years. We could probably be at 15,000 to 20,000 by like 2025. Did you try to reinstall and update the GPU drivers? Well, it doesn't matter now, it's already happened. Well, yeah, I know. So that's what I thought at first. I thought it was the GPU. The GPU was fine. That's the thing. The GPU, I thought it was the GPU at first, but I remember going in, and no, I did not. I did not try to reinstall and update the drivers, which actually that's what I need to do. I need to download GeForce Experience and download the drivers, because I don't have GeForce anymore. I did not try to update the drivers, but at the same time, I did not think it was a issue with the GPU. Because I can't remember what made me figure it out, but I ended up eventually figuring out that, like, okay, you know, if you're familiar with computers, you know the difference whenever your graphics card is not connected and then whenever it is connected, and you know how, like, the resolution goes all the way down when you have a whenever your GPU is not connected. I remember seeing that once where my mouse popped up, and whenever I was in the one of the screens, and then my mouse, like, was not blurry, it wasn't anything. So then I was like, okay, it's not a GPU issue. And that was my first thing. I really hope that it wasn't a GPU issue, because I have a protection plan on it, so if anything goes wrong with it, then I can just take it to the store, get it switched out. The one thing I don't like to do is I don't like to drive to the place. I don't like to do that. Are ya winning, son? No, but we are getting hit by a typhoon. Isn't the Indian flag on Mount Everest yet? There are 7 million people fleeing. Holy shit. 300, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So we can only cover 1.8 million people. Where they're literally going into the middle of the ocean. The long road to developing India. It's taken me 15 years in game to get the Democratic Republic of the Congo to a decent country. I want to see what happens whenever these refugees get to this camp. They split up between all of these other camps. Yeah, so they kind of divide up. Jesus Christ. Where'd they go? Dude, they're literally momentarily like occupying the camp, and there's so many refugees right now that they're just switching between these two camps and occupying it, and then just keep running back and forth. It's like they're doing like a convoy run.
Ah, sick.
Nope. I guess they're just gonna keep doing that. And Colombia has a weird tendency to just explode in this game. Like, are you kidding me? Every single city is on fire right now in Colombia. There's literally a civil war occurring in India, or in Colombia. I don't know why this happens in Colombia so much. Even their San Andreas, oh, it just died. Everyone got shot at the same time. Oh, there goes Venezuela. Oh, it's a turmoil in... Well, it's a turmoil in the great continent of South America. And there's another hurricane. Just killed 1,300 people in Bangladesh. Just killed thousands in the hand of India. Oh, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Probably play a little bit more. So we're going to do India. Probably going to do a little bit more. Depending. Go ahead and pause it right there. So, doing a little bit good as India. I like it. This is a pretty big challenge. Their economy is a little bit smaller than I expected them to be. So it's a little bit more of a challenge than I expected it, but I'm liking it. I do want to pursue this as a series after Brazil is wrapped up. Brazil, I'm having so much trouble trying to keep up with Brazil because, for one, of real life, like just work and everything like that, and then two, Eversim has released like 2 updates in the last 2 months, and it keeps throwing the save file because I have to restart the entire save file and then go in and then make a new file and everything like that, and then the economy is kind of wacky and I have to kind of cheat around and everything to make it consistent. So I don't know, like I'm gonna try to make another save file and then I'm just gonna keep that going. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the last update before the 2023 edition, so I'm pretty sure right after that it's full on focus on 2023. Maybe they're just releasing these updates to annoy me. But guys, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Oh, he said it. Yeah, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it to the channel. And do look forward to more Brazil and more India after that. Very excited to do an India series. I guess I'm going to go ahead and do an India series. We have a lot to work with as India. But yeah, guys, go ahead and again, leave a like, subscribe. Okay, I've said that 3 times. I'm going to shut up. Now I know why you guys are getting annoyed. Because I always try to like wrap it up and then I like say something else and then I go like, okay, trying to wrap it up now. And then I say something else. See, just like I'm doing right now. Now I get why you guys are annoyed. Just be like, shut up, stop saying it. Anyway, go ahead and do all of that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.